Austin Pierce. This is my performance speech on the Green New Deal. Senator Alexandria, Ocasio-Cortez, and Senator Ed Markey proposed the Green New Deal to the United States Congress in early 2019. The deal calls for better ways to address climate change, economic inequality, and modern ideas for renewable energy and resource efficiency. While the plan sounds appealing, it offers a bundle of setbacks and problems with costs and other issues. The Green New Deal offers a modern form of Roosevelt's 1935 Second New Deal. While there are multiple steps to achieve it, many setbacks counteract it. You may be thinking to yourself, what in the world is the Green New Deal? If you think back to your history classes, you may recall Franklin Roosevelt's New Deal and Second New Deal. These were ideas and reforms so the United States recovered from the United States Great Depression. Well, with the Green New Deal, Senators Ocasio-Cortez and Markey are taking some of the ideas from Roosevelt's New Deal and putting them into their own new, more modern plan. The Green New Deal's main goal focuses on climate change. One way they will try to achieve this is by using more efficient energy sources, such as solar power, wind power, batteries, and light-emitting diodes. Within the plans, it is mentioned that there is want to create 20 million jobs by transitioning to 100% clean, renewable energy by 2030. It also wants to invest in sustaining agriculture, conserving and restoring critical infrastructure, including ecosystems. The Green New Deal looks to have making energy a basic human right. This means it would be available to all, just like having power rented to your house, regardless of where one may live. One way to go about this would be by building a nationwide smart electricity grid. The grid would be able to pool and store power from a variety of renewable resources. Perhaps the biggest part of this plan would be the idea to end all destructive energy extractions and all associated infrastructure. These infrastructure include fracking, tar sands, offshore drilling, oil trains, mountaintop removal, natural gas pipelines, and uranium mines, etc. Along with this, it would try to end any funding to fossil fuels. These include natural gas and putting an end to all fossil fuel power plants. It would also clear out any nuclear subsidies and power. A tax on greenhouses will also be added to charge those with dangerous emissions. The Green New Deal fits right into the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal number 7. The formal name of this goal is Affordable and Clean Energy. The goal states that it plans to ensure access to affordable, reliable, sustainable, and modern energy for all. It states 4 basic sub-goals. Each one is aimed to be completed by 2030 at the soonest. The 4 goals are, by 2030, ensure universal access to affordable, reliable, and modern energy services, increase substantially the share of renewable energy in the global energy mix. Second, double the global rate of improvement in energy efficiency. Our next goal is to enhance international cooperation to facilitate access to clean energy, research and technology, including renewable energy, energy efficiency, and advanced and cleaner fossil fuel technology, and promote investment in energy infrastructure and clean energy technology. And for the final one, expanding infrastructure and upgrading technology for supplying modern and sustainable energy services for all in developing countries, in particular least developed countries, small island developing states, and landlocked developing countries, in accordance with the respective programs of support. While this plan aims to be completed by 2030, that is primarily in the United States. By 2050, it is hoped that it will have spread globally. It goes beyond just climate change by stating that it is also looking to offer universal health care, affordable housing, and good-paying jobs for all. When speaking of net zero emissions, if this were to succeed, it would cut off what is estimated to be a 1.5 degrees Celsius jump in temperature. Scientists say any jump higher than this would be very dangerous to the Earth, and say it could lead to more natural disasters. While the Green New Deal may seem like a glorious save-all plan, it also brings up many problems. Perhaps the biggest and most sought-out problem is the cost of the whole plan. The first step in this plan would be to make all government buildings more green or environmentally friendly. Trying to renovate many buildings at once has been tried before. We will focus on a 2009 project for reference. In this project, almost $4.5 billion was put toward renovating public housing. And while savings on electricity and water costs were confirmed, that was only a sliver of all the buildings in the United States. It is impossible to estimate the costs to make each and every one of these buildings environmentally friendly. One of the biggest problems of transitioning to this new wave of providing energy would be the loss of jobs to other people. To combat this, a program called Just Transition would ensure that all workers who lose their jobs due to this shift receive full income and benefits as they search for alternate work. The next problem that arises with this, however, is if some people would purposely stay jobless due to perhaps receiving better benefits or better pay from the program than if they were to have a real job. By analyzing certain statistics, it is estimated that by offering jobs or paying the unemployed affected by this would cost nearly $543 billion. One way to battle the cost of this program, however, would be by taking all research funds in fossil fuels and moving them to renewable energy and conservation. Now we will discuss 5 general problems with the Green New Deal. Our first problem is space. If you look at any modern wind or solar farm today, it requires a large portion of land. If we were to take a large windmill, for example, two of them must be at least 1/2 mile apart, or they will not work to their full ability. If we were to take the Midwest, for example, building windmills would be great because it would receive the wind it needs, but the construction of all the power lines is almost impossible due to the geography and the cost. Our next problem is intermittency. Intermittency means to stop or cease for a time. In California, the Alto Wind Energy Center produces the electricity good only 24% of the time. Our next problem is focused on developing nations. The richest, most advanced countries are the countries who use fossil fuels. The countries who do not are your bordered third world countries. Half of the world doesn't have access to proper electricity. A fourth problem is sinking other investments. Oil and gas supply 60% of the world's energy. Trying to strike this out completely by 2050 would be nearly impossible because companies will not just fold in and throw their business out the window. Our fifth and final problem are fossil fuel inputs. Oil, gas, and coal are so deeply rooted into our economy that basically everything relies on them. In summary, the renewables inevitably means the use of more fossil fuels. Today we discussed the proposal of the Green New Deal. We went over positives that come along with this. At the same time, we discussed the negatives that also come along. While the Green New Deal looks to offer a new, safer way to breathe air, it will be tough to do so when looking at the big picture. The Green New Deal offers a modern form to Roosevelt's 1935 Second New Deal. While there are multiple steps to achieve it, many setbacks counteract it.